When it comes to who makes a better luxury truck, well, it is not even close. We're going to compare the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate to the Ram Tungsten. I'll include a link to the Dodge Ram and Provo's website in the description down below, and then the GMC and Provo's website also in the description down below. They're providing us with both of these trucks. Let's get right into it. Powering the GMC is a 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. Powering the Ram is a twin-turbo 3-liter inline 6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 540 horsepower, 521 pound-feet of torque. If you're looking for more straight-to-the-point comparisons like this, make sure you subscribe. The GMC is going to come fully loaded with front-end equipment. It's got recovery points, fog lights, and you've got fancier trim on the grille. That's kind of one of the things to make it look more distinctive is the grille coloration. Funny enough, the Ram doesn't have tow hooks, but it does have fog lights, and then it has unique front fascia to differentiate it compared to the other Rams. 275 by 50 by 22 for the GMC tire and wheel setup. 285 by 45 by 22 for the Ram, so the wheels are the same size, tires are a little bit different. Now the Ram has nice body painted fender flares. The GMC, they're still doing unpainted, which, come on GMC, you can't keep doing this. Anyways, they both have power side steps with the trucks, and they both have fancy chrome trim on the mirrors. Now taking a look at the side profile of the GMC, it's pretty level front to rear, but yeah, those fender flares, man, they are such an eyesore on this truck. The GMC is leaf sprung in the rear, has a solid axle in the back, independent suspension, coil sprung up front, by the way. Now here's the side profile of the Ram, and it's not like it's plastic-less. It still has some plastic at the very bottom, but it's just not as prominent as what's on the GMC. And I can't really see the suspension in the Ram, but this has air springs and solid axle in the back, independent suspension up front. Now with the GMC, we got the whole multi-pro tailgate, which is really cool, so that can just pop down. You can have it pop down and turn into a step system. But you can obviously use it as a regular tailgate if you don't want to use the step. And then we do have LED lights in the back of the GMC. We also have a power outlet here in the rear. This one has bed liner from the factory. Now with this Multi-Pro, it doesn't have power up function, and then it is also going to be a bit heavier to lift up compared to the regular tailgate. With the Ram, it's going to be full power with the tailgate on this. We do get some LED lights. We've got bed liner here, and you notice that the bed is a bit narrower in the Ram. We'll quickly power raise this up, just kind of kick it a little bit. There you go. This is equipped with the Ram box cargo storage, so you've got this little kind of storage compartment on the side. It has a power outlet inside, which is nice. Then we do have a tonneau cover. So the back end of the GMC, very boxy. It's got the little bumper steps there in the rear for bed access. The Ram's a little bit more rounded off with the whole rear end design, and then it has a little bumper step on the one side. Legroom in the back of the GMC, great. You got this little storage pocket with the topography. Cup holders, we have heated seats, USB port. Beautiful seats at that, by the way, really nice trim. There's the seat storage too, little kind of cubbies. Even the door panel trim is nice in this. Power sliding glass, and then we do have plenty of headroom, and you do get a fancier headliner in the Ultimate. Got the little gate for the Ram box system. But anyways, good legroom in the Ram. Got a little storage pocket. This is kind of funky having the speaker on the back of the seat there. But anyways, you do got cup holders, heated ventilated seats. We have USB ports, full outlet. These seats also recline, so a lot more seat features. And then the trim on the seats feels more premium, like with the leather and everything. The GMC is really nice, but this just feels quite a bit more luxurious. Same with the door panel. Also looks a lot nicer with the trim. This has a fancy headliner. It's got power sliding glass in the back. Up front with the GMC blind spot monitoring, surprisingly, not even the front windows are thicker glass. Really nice trim again. Tight fit and finish with everything. Automatic for the front two windows. The mirrors power fold in. You do have memory seats. $13.70 for the payload. We do have massage function with these seats. And again, got nice leather trim on the seats. It actually says Ultimate there at the top. Got a part-time four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case. We have our drive modes built in there, tow haul mode, light controls built in as well. And let's hear that V8 rumble. Full digital gauge cluster. This comes with Super Cruise, which is GM's self-driving system for the interstate mostly. And then you can see we've got controls on the steering wheel on either side, and for the Super Cruise on one side, paddles on the back, radio controls as well. This does have a heads-up display. 360 camera system with the GMC, good resolution. Now the screen's all blacked out. This is one thing that I've kind of been critical with when it comes to GMCs over the last bit, because yeah, they just need to do different coloration, a little bit too much glare, but it is responsive. Physical buttons for a bunch of stuff like the climate, the heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, more physical controls like hill descent control, your tailgate raise and lower, auto stops, our parking sensors, lane departure. Got our transmission select for the 10-speed, cup holders right next to it, parking brake. Not parking brake, trailer brakes. I haven't eaten in like 4 days. Anyways, we got our phone charging pad, USB ports and outlet. Really nice trim here on the top. We also have good wood trim on the glove box there. Camera rear view mirror, and then just a traditional sunroof up top. Blind spot monitoring with the Ram, thicker glass up front at least. Got really nice trim all over the door panel. It definitely feels better than the GMCs, I think. We've got our automatic windows for the front too, the mirrors power fold in. You've got all your seat adjustments, massage seat function, memory seat function. 1,121 pounds of payload capacity. Is not gonna be anything on the side of the seat because it's all on the door panel. And again, this just feels more premium with the trim in the seats. I will say the seats are more comfortable in the GMCs too. And then you do have the tungsten logo. Let's start her up. Full digital just like the GMC. You also have a heads-up display like the GMC. Again, the trim on the dash just looks and feels a bit more premium. Now the self-driving system on this is pretty good. From my understanding, it's not quite as good as Super Cruise, but they'll probably have a more advanced system in the future. You do have drive modes though, at least with this now. And then we do have a 360 camera, really good resolution. A little bit smaller camera view, but yeah, look at this. Like, very minimal glare because of the coloration of the screen. Come on, GMC, please, please. That's a lot more glare. I don't know, why does anyone do black screens for anything? It just doesn't make any sense. This is also pretty laggy. I mean, that did not pick that up. But you do have your heated ventilated seat controls. So the GMC screen is harder to see, but quicker response time. You do have your air suspension adjustment on the screen. We've got our drive line select. This has a part-time four-wheel drive system, 2-speed transfer case, got auto stop start built in. 2 phone charging pads, got a bunch of USB ports. The best center console in the truck industry. I mean, this is so nice, super spacious. It says tungsten on the top of it too. And then we do have a camera rear view mirror, panoramic sunroof, and yeah, this has, I have to mention this, passenger screen. Don't like it. The Ram stickers for about 92,000, the GMC about 88,000. Let's see how they perform. So let's set off on the tungsten first, and then we'll drive the Denali Ultimate second. See what the performance difference is. I won't worry about the climate. I'll just be toasty. It's kind of gotten hotter today. It's not 78 outside, but it's because we're in the sun. That's why it indicates that. But it is warmer. Still does a little steering wheel creaky. They need to kind of, yeah, forget this little trim piece here, like the whatever forged carbon looking stuff. They need to get it tighter on the steering wheel so it doesn't creak. Because I mean, when you're in a $92,000 truck, you want things to be tight, and everything else is tight. That's the weird part. It's just that little insert on the steering wheel, and you can tell it's just like kind of an afterthought almost. But other than that, man, this Ram is nice. These seats are incredibly comfortable. The ride quality with the air suspension is great. It's actually in aero mode. Let's pop it up to normal mode. I'll kind of help out a little bit with the compression. Aero mode is supposed to be for the highway. It has 5 different settings because you've got 2 off-road heights, normal mode, aero mode, and then entry exit. So lots of adjustment with the air suspension. Man, it was a comfortable ride. It's going to be very difficult for GM to beat this. And the engine is super torquey, super smooth. Just keep going on the side for the seat adjustment and forget it's in the door panel. Yeah, it's truly quite impressive just how quiet and comfortable these Rams are. Turn that off. Yeah, they do a great job with, yeah, just, I mean, the material, pretty much everything. I guess other than the stupid passenger screen. Yeah, this engine's got so much power. But the thing that I like about it most is that it's smooth power. And that's what you want with a luxury vehicle. You want smooth power. And this certainly provides that. And the handling's really good. Everything's effortless in this truck. So quiet. It's a Very luxe experience. Yeah, GM, you're gonna have to do a lot to beat this. Because like I said, the seats are comfortable, the ride is comfortable, it's quiet, the engine is buttery smooth. It almost feels like I know I'm driving a truck because it's, you know, it's still body on frame, still solid axle in the back, so you can kind of feel some truck stuff when you're going over bumps. But man, is this a nice riding truck, especially on big wheels. You wouldn't expect it to drive this well with how big the wheels are, but it certainly gets the job done. GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. So yeah, the Ram seats are definitely more comfortable. Engine, obviously, well, yeah, the Ram engine's quieter. Some of you might like the V8 sound, though, with the GMC. It's weird, like, kind of my hand got stuck on the Super Cruise. But yeah, some of you might like, I mean, the V8 sounds great. NA V8, it's kind of hard to beat that sound-wise. Suspension is very truck-like. Very truck-like. You know, you can feel the solid axle moving, and leaf springs, I feel like, accentuate solid axles a decent amount because they don't flex as, leaf springs don't flex as much, which is great for towing. But yeah, compared to a coil or air spring, yeah, it doesn't flex as much, so it kind of rocks you back and forth a little bit more. It's very comfortable though. I don't like this whole, like, how high the dash sits. It's even a little bit higher than the hood. It's just weird. It's not unmanageable, but it is weird. Yeah, the V8 rumble's nice. And you do get instant response. Like, even though that inline 6 from the Ram produces a ton of torque, it's not going to be quite as instant with the response. Yeah, I feel like I just can't get comfortable in these seats like I can in the Rams. It's like two planks put together. Strange. But power delivery, you're gonna go up to higher RPMs. Again, you're working with less horsepower and torque, but it's good. Now, if the Ram was a boatload more money, I would kind of be like, oh, well, value-wise, the GMC is a bit better. The Ram's $4 grand more. And if we're just talking luxury truck to luxury truck, it's a better luxury truck. And for $4 grand, if we're just comparing MSRPs, not even dealer discounts or anything like that, right? That ain't bad. That ain't bad for the quality you're getting with the Ram. That, like, how the interior feels, and like I said, the extra features, that sound system's pretty sharp, even though speakers on the back of the seat's kind of a gimmick. But I don't know, it's got a lot going for it. I think that Ram is pretty nifty. So let me know if you go Denali Ultimate or if you would go for the Ram, but I kind of lean towards the Tungsten with this particular comparison.